Again guys, this is FD for Sage5.tv once more back with another video, and today we are going to dive into Gods Unchained. Gods Unchained, a card game on ImmutableX. So what I'm going to share with you in this video is not financial advice. If you require financial advice, please find someone who's trained to do so. The information contained in this video is just for entertainment as well as educational purposes. So what is Gods Unchained? Well, built on ImmutableX, an Ethereum layer 2 scaling solution that is based on ZK rollups, Gods Unchained is a free-to-play tactical card game that gives players true ownership of their in-game items. In Gods Unchained, players completely own their digital assets, giving them the freedom to trade, sell, and use their cards any way they like, just like owning real, tangible cards. The Gods Unchained marketplace is on ImmutableX, and the project makes revenue through the sales of the play cards on the marketplace as well as through secondary market royalty fees. The game's mechanics involves players collecting and trading cards, build different decks, and use them to battle and win against other players in a turn-based strategy. The value proposition for Gods Unchained include the fact that it's a free-to-play game. There's play to earn as well, so you can play the game as well as earn. You can actually experience true ownership of in-game items, and its nearly instantaneous transactions offers very low to zero gas fees. Now, part of playing blockchain games is the experience of decentralization. Decentralization is one of the key tenets of a good crypto project or a blockchain game. It needs to be decentralized, it needs to scale, and it also needs to be secure. As far as decentralization is concerned, the Gods Unchained game isn't fully decentralized, as gamers must first create an account prior to participating, which means they have to give away some of their personal information, which is not ideal in a decentralized environment such as the crypto space. Activities such as staking derive from the initial phase of creating an account. Purchasing Gods tokens can be done on both centralized exchanges as well as on DEXs or decentralized exchanges. The Gods Unchained cards are ERC721 tokens, which means the game players have ownership over them and can also trade them on the marketplace. So how secure is Gods Unchained? In addition to being on ImmutableX, an Ethereum layer 2 scaling solution that uses ZK rollups, the Gods Unchained contract audits were performed by SETI. The audit revealed three findings, with one major which the Gods Unchained team acknowledged, and this was around the minter role, which gives someone control rights to mint new Gods token. This demonstrates some centralization which the team acknowledged. Whether some of the recommendations have been accepted and subsequently implemented is simply a guess at this point. Some of the recommendations that came out of the software audit included the management of the minter roles account private keys to avoid the potential of being hacked. The auditors also recommended that the privileges be decentralized via smart contracts with enhanced security practices such as multi-signature wallets. Whether that was taken on board at this point, it's all guesswork really. Does Gods Unchained scale? Well, Gods Unchained digital assets live on ImmutableX, Ethereum's first zero-knowledge rollup or ZK rollup for NFTs. ImmutableX allows for gas-free minting of NFTs and trading at scale with instant trade confirmation. This creates a massively improved user experience and enables the high-volume trading of low-cost assets, a key feature of Gods Unchained. ImmutableX offers instant trade confirmation, massive scalability of up to 9,000 transactions per second or TPS, and zero gas fees, all without compromising security. Now, what about Gods Unchained reaching across its own boundaries? Well, assets listed on ImmutableX marketplace get instantly listed on multiple marketplaces. Gods Unchained is currently available for Mac and Windows, with a mobile version reportedly on its way, and will bring the game towards mass adoption. Now, let's look into some token use cases for Gods Unchained. The token is used to create and or mint NFTs. It is also used within the marketplace and for in-game purchases. The Gods Unchained token is also distributed as rewards to players. Holders of the Gods Unchained token can also participate in the governance initiatives while actively staking to earn rewards in Gods token. One of the most important elements we look at when we are trying to review a project to assess its risk is the tokenomics, which is how the numbers are structured, because they do form the economics of the project as well as the benefits to any holder or future investors. Ticker symbol for Gods Unchained is Gods, GODS. Token supply 50 million with a hard cap. Circulating supply 30% or 151.41 million. Token distribution. Now this is looking at how the tokens are allocated to different stakeholders. Play to earn rewards was allocated 34% or 170 million, and these will be issued or paid around the following activities or initiatives. We have the weekend ranked rewards, daily token reward system, quests, seasonal rewards, tournaments, and special game mode. Next, we go into reserves, which was allocated 25%. Community and ecosystem fund was allocated 20.5%. Community allocation 7%. Token sale 7%. Foundation 6.5%. Insider token allocation, in our view, comes up to 52%. Currently, the Gods Unchained treasury holds over 44% of the Gods token, which also is the highest holding of any group of stakeholders out there. Being an ImmutableX game, Gods Unchained is supported by the Immutable team of over 50 employees, and the leadership team includes Matt Aldridge, lead art director, Chris Clay, game director, Derek Proud, producer, and Arash Mabobi, the crypto product lead. If I'm butchering your name, I do apologize in advance. Now onto social media, which tells us whether a project is visible publicly. Is it available via the most common social medias, or are the team hiding behind a veil of secrecy? We'll look at social media present via Twitter as well as social media present via Discord. Now, Gods Unchained has got over 104,000 Twitter followers as well as over 84,000 Discord members. Now, as part of our DYOR risk evaluation, we do apply 13 elements that make up our risk evaluation toolkit, and those 13 elements are as follows: decentralization, security and scaling, interoperability, the project team, social media via Twitter, social media via Discord, age of the project, use cases, tokens issued at project launch, total tokens in circulation at the point at which we are doing this video, maximum tokens available, as well as insider token allocation. Now, if you recall, during the early parts of this video, we did cover some of these in brief, and we are going to use some of that description and some of that information to help us allocate scores to each of these 13 elements. What will happen next is we'll score each of these 13 elements between 0 and 10 out of 10. Once we've allocated our score, we will aggregate the total score, which will give us an achieved total, and that achieved total is going to be classified under the following risk categories. Bear in mind that the whole exercise of our DYOR risk evaluation is for us to perform a basic risk assessment of the project we are about to invest in, to assess whether it is a half-decent project and whether it is too risky for us to jump in. Mind you, everything in crypto is extremely risky and anything in crypto can go to zero. But to give us some sort of peace of mind, here at Sage5.tv, we will apply our DYOR risk evaluation to justify or to confirm that our decision to invest in a particular project is well-founded. Hence, we apply our DYOR risk evaluation. So the 4 risk categories are as follows. A project will need to score 110 to 130 points to go into the least risk level, which is go for it category. If a project scores within this category, as far as we're concerned, is almost a no-brainer. If you do make a decision to invest in, we do move into that project with some peace of mind, knowing the risk is the least of all the risk categories available. If a project scores 90 to 109 out of 130, the project will fall within the potential category. Here, there is a little bit more risk compared to the go for it category. So you should always exercise caution across all the 4 risk categories. The one below that, we call that could go to 0 category, and the project will have scored 65 to 89 out of 130. Again, exercise caution. This is getting extremely risky now. And the highest risk is found within the no-go category. Here, a project will have scored 0 to 64 out of 130. Now, I must add that since we started performing this exercise, we have not come across a project that scored an absolute 0. You never know, it might come. If a project was to score that, maybe we shouldn't even look at it in the first place. So here are some of the scores we've allocated to Gods Unchained. Decentralization, 2.5 points. Security, 5 points. Scaling, 7.5 points. Interoperability, 2.5 points. Project team, 10 points. Social media via Twitter, 7.5 points. Social media via Discord, 7.5 points. Age of the project, 2.5 points. Use cases, 7.5 points. Tokens issued at project launch, 5.5 points. Maximum tokens available, 5 points out of 10. Tokens in circulation at the point at which we are doing this video, 5 points out of 10. Insider token allocation, this is the one where we look at that part of the token allocation that is under the control of project insiders, which includes the team, the foundation, any marketing budgets, any advisors, any seed sales. Those all come under insider token allocation. And for Gods Unchained, unfortunately, we are going to give 0 because at over 50% of insider allocation, we think this is extremely high and there might be excessive sell pressure if the team starts selling because they've got access to all those tokens, or insiders have got access to all those tokens. So those are the scores we've allocated to Gods Unchained. Do you guys agree? Please let us know your comment down below and let us know your thoughts. If you were to apply alternative scores to Gods Unchained, what would those scores be on each of those respective elements? All the 13 elements we just covered. Let us know down below as well. If there are any scores you do not agree with, again, let us know in the comment section. That goes for any correction where the information we've shared in this video is somehow inaccurate. Again, let us know the correct information in the comment section, or will be appreciated. So if we aggregate the Gods Unchained score, we get a maximum total of 67.5 out of 130, which puts Gods Unchained within the could go to zero category, which means Gods Unchained is extremely risky, just like many of the projects we reviewed. Even though on paper it's a solid project, there's still a lot of risk involved in investing in Gods Unchained. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a fair assessment of Gods Unchained? Let us know in the comment section. As far as we're concerned, Gods Unchained is one project we are seriously considering into jumping in and add it to one of our public portfolios, which is likely going to be the 15k to 600k portfolio challenge, as that is where we still have some leeway and plenty of budget allocation to allocate to different projects. Do you guys agree with our assessment? Do you think it's a project we should pull the trigger and jump in? Let us know in the comment section. Until next time, guys, this is FD for Safer.tv signing out for now. Bye.